Malcolm Brogdon to the Chicago Bulls. Could it happen? I discuss what is going on, y'all. 5 Sports Talk back at it with another video talking, of course, some NBA here to talk a little NBA free agency, if you will, and talking about the Chicago Bulls, my Chicago Bulls. So if you are a Bulls fan, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and make sure to turn on the post notifications so you see every Bulls video that I post, because I do so a lot, by turning on the bell icon and hitting the bell icon. And also, please follow me on my social media. That would be very nice of you guys. My Twitter and my Instagram links below and on the screen for that as well. With that being said, here to talk about a rumor that has popped up, and I can't believe I missed this. Actually, you guys brought this up, so I have to give you guys credit for it. When I was live streaming, people were asking me about this rumor, and I'm like, I didn't hear about it. And then I was like, let me look it up. And it's a rumor, and it is Malcolm Brogdon, potentially getting a contract from the Chicago Bulls this offseason. So let's talk about it. Where did this rumor come from? Is it legit? And if it does happen, should the Bulls do it? Or I should say, if it is true, would it be a good move for the Bulls? Or should the Bulls even do it? Or is it a bad move? I'm going to get into all that right now. So first and foremost, where did the rumor come from? It came from Bobby Marks, who is a front office insider for ESPN. He worked with the Nets for like 20 years in their front office, and he was on ESPN's The Jump, and he basically said, talking about the Bucks free agent situation, because Chris Middleton and Malcolm Brogdon are both free agents. Chris Middleton is unrestricted, by the way, and Brogdon is restricted. That will play a role. I will get to that in a second. But he's basically talking about the worry for the Bucks is that Malcolm Brogdon is going to get some very good offers on the market that will drive up his price a lot, to the point where the Bucks probably can't afford him. So that's when he brought up the Chicago Bulls, and he said the worry is a team like the Bulls could offer. He didn't say would. He didn't say that it's going to happen. He said it could happen, could offer Malcolm Brogdon 4 years and $80 million, so about $20 million a year for Malcolm Brogdon. So I know Bulls fans, you guys are thinking, whoa, back up. What is going on here? Let's relax. Deep breaths. It's okay. It's okay. So let's start from the beginning, okay? Restricted free agent. Why did I mention that? Because it's of course important. The Bucks can match any offer from Malcolm Brogdon, and I'm gonna tell you right now, the Bucks will match one of the offers. Well, they can't match the offer for Middleton, but they will re-sign one of Middleton or Brogdon. I don't believe they're losing both, and I actually think they're gonna re-sign both. Okay, that's just what I think right now. But let's just say hypothetically that, the price range for a guy like Malcolm Brogdon is this level. So as a Bulls fan, would I want the Bulls to offer this much for Malcolm Brogdon? I like Malcolm Brogdon a lot. He's a very good young player. But would I offer him this much? I would have, maybe not now. Let me explain. Before the draft, I had targeted 2 guys, okay? It was Darius Garland and Kobe White. And I said, those are the 2 guys that I'm looking in the draft. And if the Bulls end up with one of them, I'm very happy with our point guard position heading into next season. The basketball gods answered my prayers, answered our prayers. We had Kobe White fall into our lap at number 7. We didn't even have to trade up, and we got him. So here's my sort of, problem with the Brogdon thing now, okay? Because now we've got Kobe White, who I believe will be our starting point guard. I do think, obviously, Chris Dunn and him will battle it out, but ultimately, they're going to give Kobe White every opportunity to win this starting job, okay? So they will give him that opportunity. I'm expecting him to win it, so we will have him potentially as our starting point guard. The thing with Malcolm Brogdon, and I brought him up, and I thought, Brogdon, would be a very good fit. Now that I think about it, and let's say, Malcolm Brogdon, the Bucks don't match his offer and we get him. Forget the price for a second, because honestly, Malcolm Brogdon, the price doesn't worry me. $20 million a year, you guys might be thinking it's a lot. This is a guy who's a 50, 40, 90 guy, okay? 50% from the field, 40% from 3, he shot about 42%, and 94% from the free throw line. He led the league in free throw percentage. I bet you didn't know that, okay? So This is a player who never takes a bad shot. He is one of the smartest players in the league. Very high IQ basketball player. He won Rookie of the Year, if you guys remember. 26 years old. Averaged about 15 points per game last year. 4.5 rebounds with 3.2 assists. But again, his impact was immense, okay? This is a smart basketball player that you want on your team. So honestly, to me, paying $20 million a year to a guy who's 26 years old, just entering his prime or in his prime, it's not a big issue for me. And I'm telling you right now, there will be a team that will offer that much for Malcolm Brogdon. Oh, he's worth it for sure. Here's the problem, again, is fit-wise. To me, Malcolm Brogdon is more of a 2 than he is as a 1. Okay, so now if you're telling me Malcolm Brogdon comes in and he's as our starting point guard, I don't know about that. I don't know if he can play point guard because certainly we've got shooting guard locked up. It's Zach LaVine's job. And I don't want the Bulls to even have anyone contend that for him because I'm very high on Zach LaVine. So would Brogdon come in and play the 3 at that point? He's too small to play the 3, in my opinion. Maybe he could. But again, the fit is a little weird because at that point, Kobe White would be the backup point guard. But then again, you have Chris Dunn on the roster. Is he completely out of the rotation at that point? I guess you could do that. But then the Bulls have $20 million in cap space. So you're basically telling me all of the money is going to Malcolm Brogdon. He's our starting point guard, even though he's not a point guard. He'd be a shooting guard because we're not going to pay a guy to be a backup. We're just not. So either he's our point guard or he's our small forward at 3. And we have Otto Porter Jr. at small forward. And we used up all our cap space. Kobe White, the guy we drafted at 7, he's going to back up, Brogdon if he starts at the 1. And then we still have a hole with our backup bigs. There's nobody to back up Laurie right now, okay? As our roster stands right now, we've got nobody really for big man depth, and we need money for that, to sign a veteran. And we actually need a veteran point guard too, some veteran leadership in the locker room to teach these guys how to win. I like Malcolm Brogdon. I like him a lot, but he's not a veteran in this league. Not yet. He's 26 years old, but that's not that old, okay? It's not old at all. So to me, I like Malcolm Brogdon a lot. But the problem is the fit is awkward on the Bulls right now, okay? Honestly, the right way to go just might be, we use our cap space to sign a veteran point guard like a Patrick Beverley, like even a Derrick Rose. I don't mind that either. A Darren Collison, if you will. Someone who's reasonably priced, who's a backup point guard, who's a veteran point guard, who can teach Kobe White the reins, maybe in this league, and set him up for the starting job. Spend a little bit on backup big because we don't have anybody behind Laurie right now. If you guys remember, Denzel Valentine's coming back. He's a 3. Chandler Hutchinson, who we drafted last year, he's like a 2-3. So to me, right now, the only guy we have is Cristiano Felicio. Okay, Felicio, and he can't be our only big. And then we've got the guy we drafted, Darius Garland, unless we re-sign Robin Lopez, of course. But we need some more depth behind our bigs. And let's spend some money to get a veteran big man in here, okay? So we can have that as well. So to me, I love Malcolm Brogdon. So it's weird me saying this. I love Malcolm Brogdon, but the fit would be awkward on the Bulls. So that's why I'd rather have them go in this direction. If they ultimately do end up offering Malcolm Brogdon, this contract, which I'm telling you right now, the market for him is this much. You can only, decide a guy's worth by what he's getting out of the market. So my gut feeling is that's the market for Malcolm Brogdon. The price is not an issue for me. It's the fit. And honestly, it might not even happen because I think the Bucks will match any offer for Brogdon. I just think they're that high on him. But again, if we're playing hypotheticals, that's the thing. So my honest opinion on this is I believe the Bulls would be better suited to go in a bit of a different direction with now we have our Cody White as our new point guard and spending that money on a couple of veterans and having a more of a balanced roster. And now our roster can, of course, grow because, again, the Bulls aren't nowhere, I wouldn't say nowhere near, but they certainly are very, very far from title contention. But we can definitely do a little bit of playoff contention. And again, Malcolm Brogdon, probably better suited for a guy, for a team that needs a guy who's ready for contributing on a title team. Certainly the Bulls aren't there. So that's what I think, folks. Let me know what you guys think about this Malcolm Brogdon possibility. Again, I like it. I like Malcolm Brogdon, the player, but I just don't like the fit of Malcolm Brogdon, and I think the Bulls should just spread out the money and balance out the roster. Let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment down below if you agree or disagree. As always, thanks for watching.